Our van has been in Essex for the past 3 months getting our custom made Mad Max vibes roof rack fitted, and today we're going to go and pick it up. We're getting the train from Southampton to Guildford and then driving together to Essex, where we're going to meet Roy, who has the van ready for us. We freaking love it. Roy has done a fantastic job all round and I'm very pleased. Now the long drive back to Southampton to give you a full tour of the new roof rack. But before we do, we thought we'd go and stretch our legs at the local Abberton Reservoir Nature Discovery Park. The roof rack of the van is finally ready. As you can see here, the lights are on the top, the roof rack's on, and in this video I'm going to just give you a little tour of what's happened and why it's taken so long. So I'll start off a little bit telling you about the process. So all of this has kind of been, it's been custom made for the van. I put a lot of time and energy into researching what I wanted and then how we can get what we wanted for the van. Long wheelbase crafters, from what I've heard, are historically a bit of a pain in the bum. Now the crafter that we got had, the first thing we come across was, the crafter we had these, I think they're called 270-degree hinges. Now these hinges basically allow these doors, you can see here, this unhooks and then it allows the door to completely swing out. Now what we've had to do is change them completely. I don't know if you can see up in here, these are the new ones. So these are typically what vans would have. I don't know, these are, yeah, so this van here, it's got the same hinge there, just a standard hinge that just opens on it. So this was the first challenge. As you can see, I don't know if this is perfect for the crafter, but they're now crafter hinges, and this is what our doors are on. So that was hold up number one. Then we basically sat down and went through the design of what we wanted. Now I wanted something that would completely encompass the whole roof. We have a pop-top roof, and I also wanted solar panels. I wanted a space at the back where we can stand, and I wanted light bars on the front, and I wanted it to look cool as shit. You right down there, Zai? I was chilling in the van, in the corner. Wave, you look like you're hostage in the van. What are you watching? Playing what, sorry? Toka Poker. Toka Poker. Is that what you said? Yes, Toka Poker. What's Toka Poker? You can make houses, you can meet people, you can make people, you can...
No, you can't meet.
You make people, you make houses. So it's always chilling in the back of the van. So initially this was the first picture that I come across that I really loved. Now this had 2 boxes on the back. It had the, I think they're called Rotax kind of fuel on the side, and then I saw the axe, and the axe was where we got the inspiration for ours. So double boxes, and I said, yo, can I have something like this? And Roy managed to absolutely smash it. So that was process number one. He made the boxes, changed the hinges, and then fitted the kind of, I don't know what these are called, but I call them box holders. the mounts for the back of the van. Fitted them. Then we basically had the process of sort of designing and fixing the top. And the challenge we have is, what we've seen with some vans is that when you have a pop-top roof, they are split into 2. So there is a roof rack on the front for the pop-top, and then a roof rack on the back for the boxes. Now what the plan here was, that was initially the plan, but the guys come up with a much better idea and said, let's go with a roof rack that goes around the entire of the van, and then we will make a separate roof rack to go on the pop-top, which will fit the solar panels. And I said yes. So that was plan number 2. Then midway through this happening, we decided that we would love to have side flares or side pods or flares, whatever you want to call them, on the van. Now this is a big issue in itself. So you can get pre-made pods that fit in here on the long wheelbase van. Now we want to have pods that kind of go halfway. So it comes up to, like, I don't know, let's say here. Otherwise, you know, it's like a single bed, it doesn't really make any sense. So we ended up coming up with a bit of a plan, and we found some pods that we like. Tobias should be able to do some reworking of the metal on the inside, but we don't know exactly how that's going to work yet. So what we did was we installed the ladder in a way that, should we put the side pods on, should we put the side flares on, that it's not going to impact those, so we have space for them should we need them. So this took a little bit of planning and prep, and then honestly that was basically it. It was over to Roy to kind of crack on and get things done. Now my kind of brief to him was, I want it Mad Max looking, Mad Max vibes, really cool, really mean. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we got. The back's looking fantastic and the front's looking good. It's looking very mean. I would really like to get a front bull bar, I think they're called, you know, just a front grill. We'll get something put on there too. Now let me just give you a quick tour. This here, it's going to be the holder for our, I think they're called trucks. Basically this holds the chocks, that's what it's like, the leveling chocks basically. This should be a watertight box here. One, two. Yeah, so this is a funny story. This shovel here, I bought this one thinking this was as big as this one, but Amazon deceived me and I didn't actually check the dimensions, so this is the one that we ended up with. Now we've managed to stick a little holder on the back here, which is kind of cute. I don't know if we'll put it on this way or, yeah, it'll have to be on the front way. I got a little holder for this at the back. Now these did make me a bit nervous, but they're actually pretty secure, especially if you pull it nice and tight. That ain't going nowhere. Same with that one. Nice and secure. Okay, obviously the spare wheel is going to go on the back here, and then we have the shovel and the axe on the side. You can be right for a sec, did I? Okay. We'll get the shovel on first. So the shovel works very similarly to the other one. It's just held on by the connections here. So I'll have to get on the roof to do that. Make sure that this one's undone. That goes in there, that one in there, and we just need to make sure that that is secure. This one's a little bit more tricky to get in, but once that's in, that is secure and that's good. Same with this one here. Quality. And then, lastly, the axe, just in case we need an axe. Everyone thinks I'm a lunatic. I think it's fucking cool to have it. You never know when you might need something like this. Now the axes are secured by a box and a lock. Now it's one of these keys here, master key. Here it is. Basically one side fits in there, and then the other side slots in through there. So this is completely secure. This side, and then we've got it locked off this side as well. Oh yeah. That's it. That's a quick look at the roof rack. Absolutely love it. I think there's more things I want to do, more things I want to add, but that is it so far. So we have come across a couple of problems. The biggest problem being that now the roof is so heavy. We have big solar and we have, you know, obviously the roof rack on top of the pop top. It's extremely difficult to put up. It's extremely heavy, and we think the gas struts need to be changed to something a bit more durable, something a bit more suitable. Obviously something I completely overlooked, and I don't have too much knowledge in it. So when we ordered the pop top, I kind of left that to the buyers and just said, grab what we want. And now we're coming across some problems, and we'll fix them as we go. It's absolutely no problem. This is a massive learning curve for me. So yeah, that is the roof rack. Absolutely love it. Can't fault it. A couple of things we're going to do is, at some point, obviously, as you can tell, I'm in like a car park at the moment, like secure car park. Going to get the boxes for the back where we're going to go out. So the final couple of things we're going to do are, with the pop top roof itself, we're going to try and change the fabric, I think, because I wasn't aware that the fabric can come off, but it only comes off if you unzip the whole thing. I wanted like a door at the back so we can access the boxes and things on the top of here. And then we need to find a way to connect the box, or like the storage boxes, into the mesh. So where the mesh is, you can get kind of things like this, really. We're going to get some of these. The rings, so we can then attach the boxes to the top. But that's a quick tour of the roof rack. Now there's a lot more I want to show you of this, but I'm going to do it once we're outside of the car park. We'll be in a forest somewhere, and I can do a lot more detailed shots of the drone around the roof rack and how it's been put together, especially where the light bars are. That was very custom and along the side, but that was just a quick look and a quick update of where we've been and why the van's not been there. So follow along, consider liking, consider subscribing, and Zai, you ready to go? You finished gaming? Bless her. Ready? Come on then, mate, let's go. Say bye. All right, I'll see you in the next one.